Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating heaven on earth, people, and the way that I do it, number one, is I help people to realize that what they consider to be their soul is the Spirit of God. Therefore, God lives inside of you. And as long as you take claim to it, then you are God in essence. Also, people, I'm here to create financial freedom. The other way we do it is by creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people. And most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is to increase your level of faith with God, man. Increase your trust and faith in God. It's like I don't care how much a person declares and say they have faith. There's levels to everything in life, and there's no exception here. You know, it's like as you go on your journey, man, of just increasing your faith with God. It's like it's so easy for us to just fall back in our regular way of doing things. Like we say we trust God, but it's like a lot of times it's like we want to take the wheels, even though we want to trust God to do what He's supposed to do. It's like we want to take the reins and do it the way we want it, because it's like I don't. Sometimes we just tired of waiting, man. And unfortunately, that's a problem because everything happens in God divine timing. And it ain't something that we can rush and push forward, you know what I'm saying? Is that there's lessons that must be learned, and that's the reason a lot of time for the delays in God delivering the things that He promised. Because there's lessons that we have not learned yet, and no exception here, people, including myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, number one is patience, you know, and really intentionally being obedient. It's like God tell us to rest and we don't rest, or whatever the case is. For everybody is different, man. But it's like we try to take the reins to do things the way we know how to do it, even though He's instructing us to do something opposite. And mainly it's because it's the way we've always done things and the way we've always responded. And it's like, we haven't made that transition to completely change that just yet, where we really just do what we're instructed to do, just being obedient and, and patient at the same time. You know, it's like it's a lot easier said than done, man. But it's like that's something that I know personally that I'm working on, just being patient with God's timing, man, for different things. And it's like a lot of the breakthroughs and things that we desire and seek, people, is that, we want them like yesterday, especially when we've been doing the work for so long, man. But it's like there's so many valuable lessons, though, that we still need to learn before God can release these things into our lives, people, because we think we know what's happening and what's going on, people, but trust and believe that God knows what's best for us, you know? And the delays a lot of times are blessings in disguise that we don't see or even get to know and acknowledge that that's what's so, you know? And I just really want you to, definitely pray for guidance. And as you receive these guidance, even if they're opposite to what you're expecting, the way things to be, the instructions are opposite to what you are compelled to do physically, is that, we have to intentionally choose to be obedient, man, and just let God do what He does because He knows best. And again, people, it's easier said than done, man. And I just want you, though, to really reflect on that and really see what have God been instructing you to do that you have not been obedient in, you know? If maybe it's rest. He's telling you to take rest and you're not taking rest. At least that's my case, you know? So it's like, I just want you to figure that out for yourself. And really, man, just, work on being more intentional about working on being more obedient, man, and just following the instructions, and also to learn the lessons, man, that God is trying to teach you. Because there's plenty of lessons for us out here to learn, people. And again, for everybody, it's different. For me, I know what those are because he's confirmed it several times. I just got to get busy working on those. Um, and outside of that, man, I would say that's really and truly the message, man. I just really want you to pray for guidance and listen to what God is sharing with you, man. Obviously, God used people to deliver his messages. God speak through words. He used people because he's in everybody. So as he speak through people and the message resonate with you, like, when it's your message because you feel it to your core, and you really, it's literally speaking to you because those are the things that you're dealing with at that moment in time, you know? And I just want you to really practice on that, people, because that's something that I'm really going to be working on here, is just for those things that I've been disobedient in, like not taking enough rest, man. Just want to really adapt that and just be still more, and just making sure it's like just preparing you, man. That's the bottom line. And I just want you to work on that, people, because that's something I'm working on myself. And, figure if it'll work for me, it can help you out also. Maybe not the same ones, but, whatever he's trying to tell you to do, people, just really work on being obedient, because that's something that I'm going to be working on myself. Shout out to my co-creators, man, of Heaven and Earth International. People, obviously, this is the segment where I've already had the vision that we are here to create the new world, which is heaven on earth, using energy, because everything is energy, and energy is everything. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few things that I know that I'll share each day. Is that number one, what the Spirit of God have instructed me to tell you is that, you first have to believe that the Spirit of God lives inside of you. Like, that is the message, my message for the world that God gave me last January, the 15th of last year. And you have to choose to believe that, people. You have to choose that what you consider your soul is the Spirit of God, and choose to believe that you have the ability of God because he lives inside of you. All you have to do is tap in. Number two, people, is that when the requirement is that you do follow my page. You follow my page, watch these videos. There's different downloads that comes daily, and I pick different ones and I just talk about each one. And I figure you can definitely benefit from those. I definitely normally put topics in my videos so that way you know what it'll be about. So you can pick the topics that resonate and watch those. But definitely follow my page, watch the videos, and take what you get out of it, man. What resonates is yours. What does not resonate, don't worry about it. Keep it moving. Third but not least, people, is that we have to continue to speak our truth, man. Authenticity is the new currency of this new world in heaven, here on earth. And we just have to speak our truth, people. That's it. Whatever your weakness, your vulnerabilities are, things that we're working on, it's like you have to, I don't want to say that share specifics, but you definitely got to share, authentically, things that you believe that you can share to transform other people's lives, because we all got similar experience, people. And the more you share your experience, you'd be surprised how many people you're helping, because we all got similar experiences, and we all human beings, man. That's part of who we are. We're also spiritual beings, of course, but it's like we can all relate to the different things that you're experiencing. So definitely share your truth, grab your phone, do videos, and post them, man. you know and you'd be surprised again how many people is waiting on your content. So get busy doing that, and ultimately that can lead to where you're getting paid to exist, man, which is something I know that keep ringing in my spirit. For the last couple months, I've been hearing that over and over, everywhere, confirmation. So I figure for those that are speaking their truth and doing content like this, we can indeed get paid for doing this, people. So why not get busy doing that? With that being said, people, shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who is the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide. People, I'll say this, man. As you already know, my mandate is to unite the Caribbean and Africa. And the way that we do it, people, is by choosing to stand united. You know, it's like, it's a choice, people. It really is a choice, man. We can choose to be divided like we've always been, or we can intentionally work on choosing to be united. And what that actually looks like, people, is just choosing to support each other, to empower each other, to inspire and motivate each other. You know, that's a choice. So we just have to intentionally choose to do that, man, at every opportunity we get, you know. And as long as we're doing that, then people, we're doing the work. That's what that looks like, you know. My declarations over your life today, people. Number one is that you are a millionaire. You are married to the person of your dreams. You have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that, you know, you really heed this message today about figuring out what is God asking you to do that you have not been doing. You know, it's like you can be obedient in a lot of different areas, but the areas that you are being disobedient in, it's like, you know, you got to figure out what those are and work on, you know, getting back in alignment, you know, whatever that looks like. That's it, man. You know, blessings on to y'all and y'all family, man. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow.